Hey guys, in this video, gonna go over how to set up a tow hitch on your Tesla vehicle. And in this example, I'm gonna be hooking up a boat to my Tesla. So the first thing we wanna do is take off this plastic panel. We're gonna be using a utility knife. You want something that's really thin that can slide between this crack here, and then we're gonna kind of pry it loose using the utility knife. So we can push it behind there and then snap out the clips. You're going to want to be careful while doing this. You don't want to break any of these clips while you're prying it off of the back here. Once that's off, we can see that we're all set up here for towing. We have the hitch, and then this is where we're going to plug in for the blinkers on the trailer. Now with this particular trailer, we need one of these adapters, and it's a 7-blade to 4 flat. Now your trailer, it might be fine just using the 7-blade, which if we look in there, it has that look to it, whereas this adapter, it has this connection. So whatever your trailer has, you might need to get an adapter to hook it up. So we're gonna put in this adapter, and if you need one of these, I'll have an Amazon link down in the description if you'd like to look at one of these for yourself. Make sure you line it up correctly as you're pushing it in there, and we have our adapter now set up and ready to go for this trailer that we're going to be hooking in. So the next thing that we want to do is put in our mount. We're going to be putting in a 2-inch mount on here. Now, I kind of recommend getting those mounts that have multiple different sizes on the back so you can choose and line it up to whatever type of hitch that you want to hook up to. This one just has a 2-inch mount that we're going to be putting in here. So we're going to slide this right in there. Once you have the mount in, then we're going to secure it in place with this pin. There's a little hole back here that we can slide that in, and then we're going to secure it into place with the cotter pin. And once the pin is all secured, then we should be good to go with our mount. Now the next step is going to be hooking up the boat trailer that we're going to connect to this. And if you look closely on this, there's this little lip right here on the adapter. So you want to have this pushed in far enough to where this will grab onto that little lip. So you can see how this is going to overlap that, and it'll hold it in place so this can't slide out. So we got our boat here, and we want to obviously line things up over the mount. And you can either do this by backing up the car into the trailer or moving the trailer towards the car. Probably more often than not, you're going to be pushing the trailer towards the car. We can raise or lower the connector here from the trailer with this tire that's over here. Spinning that handle counterclockwise is going to lower it, and then spinning it clockwise will raise it up. But eventually, once we get things on top here, and then at that point we can raise up that extra little wheel there, and it will fully drop this onto the mount. Raise and lower this little wheel with this pin. You can pull that in and out, and you'll slide it back and forth. So obviously you want to put it up to completely drop the trailer's receiver onto the mount that we have on our vehicle. So then we have a couple of these chains that we want to hook in, and you should be able to find those right up under here. There's these openings, that's where we want to hook those chains into. There's one on each side. So you can see we now have these chains hooked up, one on each side. The next thing is going to be hooking up the electrical, and this is going to hook things up so that our blinkers on our trailer and brake lights, things like that, are going to be hooked up and ready to go. And this adapter allows our flat 4 connection here to fit in perfectly. And we have an extra safety mechanism here that we hook on to the chain. If somehow the trailer disconnected, it would pull this, and then that would cause brakes to activate on this trailer. So that's another safety little mechanism there that we can hook up to our chain. So always check just to make sure that the lights on your trailer are working, so you can use your blinkers, your brake lights, things like that. All right, guys, so now that we have everything hooked up, now we're gonna walk through the steps on how to unhook everything. So we're gonna start off by putting this little wheel on the trailer down. So we're gonna pull that pin. And the Model Y rides a little low, so you might have to give it a little extra oomph. So now we're set up there. So right now we're locked onto the mount with the receiver here. So this is that lock mechanism. We want to pull that up, and then we can push the pin of this extra little safety feature here for the brakes. Once we unhook that, we can put that into that little hole there, and then that'll hold that up. Now we're going to unhook the chains as well as the electrical. And once we have all of that unhooked, then we can move on to the next step, which is going to be raising up this little wheel back here by turning this handle clockwise to raise it up. It's the opposite direction that we were spinning it when we were dropping the receiver of the trailer down on the mount. So as we lift up the trailer, it's going to raise up above the mount that's on the back of our Tesla, and then we can now slide the trailer away. So to finish up the job, we took the little electrical adapter out of there, so we can close that back up, and now we're going to take the mount out of the back. We pull the cotter pin, and then we pull that pin as well, and then we can slide the mount right out. And now we're going to put the plastic protector over the back. And again, be careful with these little clips not to break them, but we're going to slide it into place by having these clips at the bottom going first, and then just go around and slide the rest of this into place. It should snap in there fairly easily. If you're having trouble and you're pushing really hard on it, those pins could be a little fragile. They might bend or break, so be careful with that, but it should be easier to push on than it is to pry it off. And then we're all sealed up and ready to go at that point. The last thing I want to touch on in this video is trailer mode. So when you plug in that electrical connection in the back for the turn signals, it's going to put your vehicle in trailer mode, and this will be a blue trailer icon if everything's hooked up properly and ready to go. I unplugged it, and that's why it's showing red here. But like I said, when you plug in that electrical, it'll put you into trailer mode automatically, and I'll take you over to my computer to go over exactly what this means. But to turn off trailer mode, it's pretty simple. What we're going to do is open up our menu, clicking that icon down there, and then from here, we're going to open up our dynamics. And if you scroll down to the bottom of dynamics, you can see trailer mode. And if I toggle that off, you can see that little trailer icon goes away. And if I turn it on, it should be red again. And that's because I don't have anything hooked up back there, so it thinks there's some kind of mistake. When I turn this off, it'll get rid of that. And now I'm going to take you over to my computer to go over exactly what trailer mode means and how it changes things. Going over the specifics of trailer mode, and this comes right out of the owner's manual. I'll link this page down in the description if you'd like to check it out for yourself. But like I was saying, when you connect a trailer's electrical connection while your Tesla is in park, it's automatically going to engage trailer mode. When you disconnect the trailer's electrical connection, trailer mode does not disengage automatically. So to manually engage or disengage trailer mode, and I touched on this before, we're going to open up our menu, go into our dynamics, and from there at the bottom of that menu, we can find trailer mode, which has a little switch that we can toggle on or off. So if everything's hooked up and working properly, we should have a little blue icon of our trailer, which means that trailer mode is active. Continuing on, it's also important to note that some autopilot features, as well as rear parking sensor functionality, may not be available when trailer mode is enabled. In addition, there are some different operating things that are going to be different. So traffic aware cruise control is going to increase the follow distance from the vehicle in front of you. Also, the side collision warnings are active, but automatic steering interventions are disabled. The braking force provided by automatic emergency braking may be limited, and we have a couple of warnings here. So do not rely on the Model Y to detect that there is a trailer automatically. Always check to make sure that you have this blue little trailer icon on your screen so that you know everything is active, set up, and ready to go. And then also, under no circumstance should you exit trailer mode when towing a trailer. So if you have a trailer behind you and you have this blue icon, all is good to go. When you're towing a trailer, never go into your menu and manually turn this off. That's something that you shouldn't do. So if you'd like to check out this additional information for yourself, like I said, I'll post this page down in the description, and that'll wrap this one up. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. Consider subscribing to the YouTube channel, and I'll see you back here next time.